Hey friends, what's up? It's Kaya, and it's like 10 o'clock right now, but I've been journaling on courage, and I just wanted to share just a little bit of what I was journaling about. So lately I've been struggling with wanting to step out of my comfort zone, but feeling like I'm going to be judged, when I step out of my comfort zone doing this, same thing. And I feel like I have to have courage to post this video about courage, but I really wanted to do it, and I hope that this inspires you. So, I wanted to look up the definition. I like looking up the definition of words because I feel like it helps you realize, okay, this is what this is about. So I looked up the definition of bravery and courage, and they both pretty much said this: endure or face unpleasant conditions without showing fear. So I think where our fear comes from is not about doing the thing that we want to do. Say that I'm trying to pursue Christ in, at my school, and I want to go talk to that new kid or whatever it is. We're not scared about doing that. We're scared about the rejection that we're going to get from that. And I think that that's really where it's from. And I don't think that we always realize that, because we go out into the world and we're like, no, but I'm just so scared to do that. Well, why are you scared? Well, it's scary. I just don't like doing that. But it's really from the other side, we're scared about having that rejection. So some words that are bravery, that go with bravery and courage, are bear, withstand, and go through. You have to go through those times. You have to bear those hard experiences that might be awkward, might be weird, but you have to go through those times to see the result in it afterwards. We can't just step out and say, okay, I'm completely strong, I'm 100%. And even when your mind might be thinking that, your action isn't like that, because you haven't practiced it enough. That first time that you go out and you want to go tell your friend, and the first time you invite that person to church, it might feel awkward, but I think we have to understand, God wants us to do that. And I read this quote, and this really what has inspired me. I'm like, okay, I need to do some journaling on courage. I was on my home screen for, in the morning, and it said, courage is like a muscle. You have to strengthen it before you can really use it. Or strengthen it, it's something like that. It was something about how you to strengthen it to use it, or something like that. And I was like, this is so true, though, in our everyday lives. If we expect to go out and be a light without practicing it, we're not going to be a light. We can't just sit there and hope for that one day for that person to walk up to you and for you to talk about God, and then you're like, okay, done, did my mission. We have to practice it on a day-to-day basis, talking about it within our friend groups, talking about it to people, in the way that we go about life, what music we listen to, what we're doing on our phones, on social media, what we're doing with our time, because our time is really important in this. We have to have courage to be able to say, okay, I'm going to go out, I'm going to work, I'm going to go, and I'm going to be a light to these people. You might not be feeling up for it, and you might be rejected the first couple times. I know I've been rejected by friends, or I invite someone to church, they come one time, and they don't want to come back, and they absolutely hate it. I'm like, okay, that was a little awkward. But we're going to go through those experiences so that when we have those experiences, we're like, I know, but God has a plan, because I know when I took my friend to church 2 weeks ago, she really liked it. The girl I took this week didn't like it, but the one before did. So you keep going, because God has a plan. He even wrote this. He said this. The Lord said this. He said, go into all of the world and proclaim the gospel to the whole creation. He wants us to go out into the world. And just so you know, if you want to highlight these or whatever, I think this was James 1:22. Nope, Mark 16:15. Sorry, I was like, that doesn't seem right. It's Mark 16:15. He says he wants us to go out into all of the earth and share what he says. God's the ultimate person here. We need to follow what he wants for us, not what other people want for us. That's where we have to have courage. We have to say, okay, God's here for me. Even when nobody's here, he's going to be here. And then he says here in Isaiah 14:13, for I'm the Lord your God, who takes hold of your right hand and says to you, do not fear, I will help you. He says it in the verse, I will help you. He's here for you. He wants to be here for you. He's not just here to say, okay, I want you to go advertise for me and I'm not going to do anything for it. He's here for you. When you are rejected by that one person, he's here to comfort you. He understands how it is. He walked this earth for 22 years, and he had millions of people reject him. He knows how it feels, and I think if we step out and we say, okay, God, I'm going to let you take control of this conversation, then he can do amazing things. Now I'm going to leave you on this, and I hope this can encourage you. Deuteronomy 31:6. Be strong and good of courage. Do not fear nor be afraid of them. For the Lord your God, he is the one who goes with you. He will not leave you or forsake you. The word them is what really struck me. He said, do not fear nor be afraid of them. Who's them? Them is the rejection that we feel like we're going to get. He's saying, don't be afraid of them, because he's the one who goes with you. The Lord's the one who goes with you, and he will not leave you or forsake you. If those people are rejecting you or they don't want to have any part with you, then they've already forsaken you, and God won't forsake you. Last thing, when I looked up the word brave, it said bravo for Latin, and that means bold. Be bold in your faith. The rest of this week, I know it's halfway through, it's 10 o'clock at night right now, and I'm, just want to get through this week. Be brave in your faith. Go out, share the love, and I'm going to be really brave, and I'm going to post this video for you guys. So, I love you guys. Have a great week, and be brave.